17 immortal gods once ruled the shadows of Tamriel. But what happened after their stories ended is stranger and more dangerous than anything told in the games. From a Daedric prince who broke free of a curse to ancient powers now thriving or fading, the truth behind each one's fate rewrites the rules of divinity itself. The answer isn't just about lost artifacts or vanished champions. Without mortal belief, even the most fearsome Daedra can fall into silence. In What Happened to Every Daedric Prince in the Elder Scrolls, we reveal the cosmic aftermath, secret rivalries, and the one prince whose newfound freedom could shake all of reality. What changed for the gods when the mortals moved on? Across Tamriel, the gods of Oblivion are not distant monarchs but living ideas, shaped and sustained by the mortals who fear them, worship them, or simply whisper their names. 17 Daedric princes exist because mortals believe they do. Their power is not fixed. When faith swells, so does their influence. When worship fades, even the most fearsome can slip into obscurity. The strength of a prince is measured not just in the number of cultists or shrines, but in the stories mortals tell. Myths that grow or wither depending on who remembers, who prays, and who dares to bargain. The transformation of Trinimac into Malakath, the rise of Sheogorath from order to madness, and the waxing and waning of Mehrunes Dagon's cults all trace back to this simple fact. Belief is the raw material of divinity. In some eras, Daedric worship surges in secret, driven by desperation or rebellion, while in others, official bans drive their names underground. But no prince is ever truly gone. Even the least remembered can linger in the edges of dreams, waiting for mortals to call them back into power. Jyggalag, once the embodiment of absolute order, was freed from his ancient curse at the end of the Third Era. For the first time since the Grey March began, he no longer reverted to Sheogorath, the mad god. Now unbound, Jyggalag wanders the endless reaches of Oblivion without a realm or followers, a solitary figure in a world built on chaos. Some believe he seeks to carve out a new domain, gathering mortals who crave certainty in a universe defined by change. Rumors spread of order cults forming in his name, but his presence remains a distant, unsettling rumor among Daedra and mortals alike. Sheogorath, meanwhile, continues his reign over the Shivering Isles, unpredictable as ever. His influence pulses through the minds of the mad and the desperate, a living contradiction to Jyggallag's vanished order. Hermaeus Mora, the scribe of fate, grows stronger as Apocrypha swells with forbidden knowledge gathered during the Dragon Break. Scholars whisper that every secret lost to time eventually finds its way into his endless library. Clavicus Vile, never one to miss an opportunity, exploits mortal confusion after the warp in the West. His bargains multiply, each pack twisting fate a little further. Periite, the bringer of pestilence, quietly unleashes new plagues in the chaos, testing the boundaries of disease and survival. Each prince, freed or renewed, finds new ways to shape Tamriel's future, setting the stage for rivalries that have yet to fully ignite. Molag Bal's defeat during the Plenimeld did not mean surrender. Driven back to Cold Harbor, he wasted no time rebuilding his networks. Across Tamriel, whispers of new vampire covens and necromancer circles began to spread, each one quietly loyal to his will. Mortal rulers, corrupted in secret, carried out Bal's schemes without ever glimpsing his true form. Even as Meridia and her champions hunted his followers, Bal's influence seeped through the cracks, never gone, only waiting. Mehrunes Dagon too found opportunity in loss. With the Oblivion crisis ended and his armies scattered, Dagon's cultists gathered the shattered pieces of his razor, hoping to restore their master's presence. The mythic Dawn, thought extinct, resurfaced in Skyrim, recruiting new believers and plotting the razor's reforging. Despite setbacks, Dagon's appetite for destruction remained undiminished. For both princes, defeat was only a pause, not an ending. Their ambitions, like the realms they command, are never truly broken, only delayed. Meridia's war never quieted. Dawnbreaker gleams in mortal hands, cutting through necromancer cults and restless dead wherever her champions are called. In the shadows of ruined temples, her purified crusaders sweep out corruption, their victories whispered in fear by those who thrive in darkness. Azura, distant yet ever watchful, guides the scattered Dunmer through exile and prophecy, her star a cold promise over unfamiliar lands. The threads of fate she spins still bind mortals to moments of transformation, sometimes as salvation, sometimes as doom. Boethia sharpens ambition, her cults thriving among the dispossessed and the vengeful. Each betrayal or duel for supremacy is another lesson in power, her influence woven into the politics of outcasts. Mephalah's web stretches across Tamriel's underbelly. The Morag Tong continues its silent work, assassins vanishing into the night, while secrets slip between lips like poison. Malakath's voice roars from mountain strongholds, testing the Orsimer with hardship and demanding honor through suffering. Nocturnal's bargains echo in the footsteps of thieves. The skeleton key slips from hand to hand, and the nightingales guard her secrets in the gloom, forever bound by oath. Vermina's touch lingers in nightmares, her cults feeding on the terror of sleep, while Sanguine's laughter spills from every revel gone too far. Namira's followers gather in the forgotten places, feasting where light cannot reach. At the edge of the hunt, Hircine waits, the great hunt cycle promising that every mortal, sooner or later, becomes prey. In Tamriel, the Daedric game never ends, each prince steering fate from the margins, their influence as endless and shifting as the stories mortals dare to tell. 17 Daedric princes shape Tamriel's fate, with evidence showing their power rises and falls as mortal belief shifts. After the Grey March in the Third Era 418, Jyggalag was freed, while artifacts like Mehrunes Razor and Dawnbreaker continued to spark new conflicts. Records from the Planemeld crisis in the Second Era, 582, confirmed that even defeated princes like Molag Bal and Mehrunes Dagon quickly regrouped through cults and proxies. Yet official documents and in-game texts leave many outcomes unresolved. The true extent of Hermaeus Mora's growing apocrypha, the future of the Nightingale Oath, and the next great hunt remain unrecorded. What is clear is that every prince, whether humbled or empowered, adapts through new schemes and champions. The historical record confirms one constant: as long as mortals worship, question, or fear them, the Daedric princes will endure, their influence always reshaping Tamriel's story.